Hey guys, how are you? It's Carrie Berg here again, and I'm going to use the quick cooker right here, which I know is a lot of your favorites. And so I'm going to make a quick cooker chocolate flan, which I have never made this before. I'm actually going to use our little bundt pan that comes with that you can buy as an accessory for the quick cooker, and I'm going to make some Easter desserts. So I'm going to set my quick cooker aside for just a minute and get this all mixed up for you guys so you can see how I do it, okay? So I'm going to set it back here, and then I'll bring it back up when I get ready to do that, okay? So in this time when we're not really going to the grocery store as regularly as we used to, right? I had to make some changes and improvise some of the things. So I'm hoping that I can bring some of those things to you guys as I make this cake, okay? So I've got my iPad right here and I'm gonna check out the directions. We need to take a 1/4 cup of caramel sauce. So I actually had that. So here's my caramel sauce, and I'm actually going to put it in, this is our measure-all cup, but it's our small measure-all cup. And you can actually put this to a 1/4 cup. And that's 4 tablespoons right there. And I'm just gonna squeeze this in here and measure it. And then I'm gonna pour it out and I'm gonna put it on the bottom of this pan. So I gotta squeeze this out of here. The measure-all cups are really great for when you're doing things that are really sticky because it actually allows you to get everything off that you need. I'm just gonna sprinkle this right? And so now I've just got caramel sauce in the bottom of my pan. I'm gonna set that aside for now, and I'm actually gonna make the ingredients. So now this is what's crazy, is it calls for a dark chocolate cake mix, and I did not have that. So the only thing I had in my pantry was a yellow cake mix. So I'm gonna show you one of the hacks that I learned. So you can take this cake mix, I'm gonna open it up right here. I'm gonna use my Pampered Chef scissors that I have right here, and I'm gonna open this up. So if I went on Google and I asked, like, what are the substitutions to make a yellow cake a chocolate cake? And so basically what you do is take your cake mix like this, okay? And then you're gonna get cocoa. And so I have cocoa right here, and it says to take 4 tablespoons of cocoa, but you can actually use 5 tablespoons if you want it to be a little more chocolatey. So I'm gonna use 5 tablespoons. So these are our adjustable measuring spoons, which I love because they all hook together. So I don't lose them in my cabinets, right? Which I hate that, in my drawers. So I've got my 5 tablespoons right here, and see how they all kind of hook together? So super nice, so they don't fall apart, which is awesome. So I just put 5 tablespoons in there, and I'm gonna get my whisk, and I'm just gonna whisk this all together. So then I have just turned a yellow cake mix into a chocolate cake mix. So now I have a chocolate cake mix. I actually think I might add a little bit more chocolate because it doesn't look like it's very chocolatey to me. So I'm gonna add some more chocolate to that and just use my whisk and mix it around. Now this is our older batter bowl. The beautiful thing about our Pampered Chef products is that they withstand the test of time. So I've had this one probably for 20 years, and they've restyled it. So the new one looks more like this. It has a wider wider top and a narrower base. And it has a lid just like the other one too, but they all use and work the same. So if you have an old one, wonderful. If you need a new one, go ahead and get a new one and you'll love it just the same. So I'm gonna crack my 1 egg right here. And then I always have a garbage bowl. So I'm gonna get my garbage bowl out, and I just use one of my medium glass bowls as my garbage bowl. So then I don't have to be running to my trash can every time I'm doing something. So now I'm gonna separate these eggs because I just need 2 egg yolks. So I'm just gonna crack this, and then I'm just gonna separate this egg yolk with the egg whites. So I just go back and forth. There are some products out there that you can purchase to be able to separate your eggs and just dump the egg right in there, but I just do it the old-fashioned way. You just have to be careful that you make sure you don't crack your egg totally. You can also use your hands if you want to and put the egg yolk in between your 2 fingers, and it won't, and it should be able to hold. So now I can use these egg whites for like an omelet or something later. So these are our prep bowls, which I love. These come in a set of 6. They come with lids, so I can put the lid right on this, put this in the fridge, and then I can use it for another recipe. I'm gonna add these 2 egg yolks to that. And then it says to add in sour cream. So here's another hack I learned. If you don't have sour cream, you can take milk. So 1 cup of milk to 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. So I am going to actually use the other measure-all cup. This is the 1 cup one. And for those of you that didn't know this, there are measurements that are different for liquids versus your solids. Okay, so this is where you would put the solids in, and then the measurements are right there, right? And then this is for your liquids, and it has a little pour spout, and so there's your liquid measurements. Okay, so then I'm gonna dump this in here, and my puppy is probably gonna talk to you guys, and you know, it just is what it is, right? Not a whole lot I can do about that. So I'm gonna mix that all together. So let me show you our can opener. This is like the coolest can opener ever. So it is an easy open can opener, and it will not allow you to get your hands cut, and it makes a smooth edge on this, okay? So it's not like your typical can opener. You're not gonna do it sideways. You're gonna helicopter this bad boy, okay? So right here, do you see those two circles? You're gonna put the two circles right in this, right alongside the edges, okay? And when you go to turn it, it's going to hold it. See, like that. Then you're just gonna turn it, and keep turning it. And you'll kind of feel it give a little bit when it gets all the way to the end. So to release it, you're gonna turn it the other way. Okay, ta-da. So now there's these little bird beaks. Do you see those little bird beaks right there? And you're gonna push this button right here on the side, and it bird beaks it and it pinches it. So that's gonna pinch right here and pull this out, okay? So now you've got your nice smooth lid, okay? I'm gonna wipe my little scraper off that has caramel on it and dump the rest of this evaporated milk stuff that's kind of gotten stuck on the top. And I'm gonna mix this around a little bit. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is take this and I'm just gonna push it right in here. Okay, see how I did that? And then I'm just gonna take my scraper and I'm gonna scrape off the ends just like I did with the coconut, or the caramel, okay? That in there, and then I'm gonna mix all this together. We need to spray the sides of this pan. So I'm gonna get my kitchen spritzer out, which is one of my favorite products. If you guys don't have this, you need like 2. And I'll tell you why. I've got this one with olive oil. You can put vegetable oil in one if you want, but you wanna pump it. So it's not gonna have the chemicals that you would normally have in like Pam and all that other stuff, right? So you're gonna spray the sides of your pan, just like so. So now you know what's going into your foods, right? A tip is when you get this, then release it. Hear that? That's gonna release the pressure, so the next time you use it, you're gonna have to pump it again, about 10 to 15 times depending, because then that will stop the bottom from bubbling out, okay, and building that extra pressure. A bowl right here that I'm gonna whisk all of the cake ingredients in now, okay? So the cake ingredients are 1.5 cups of my, my chocolate cake that I made out of just yellow cake mix and cocoa, and I need 1.5 cups. So these are our measuring cups that all are nested together too, just like the actual measuring spoons. It has a leveler which comes with it, which I think is the coolest thing in the world. And I'm just gonna put all my cake mix right in here, and then I'm gonna level it off to make sure that I have exactly what I need. Okay, so there's 1, and then I need 1/2 cup. So I'm gonna take that one off of here as well. 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So I'm gonna use this same one right here, get my 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil out and pour that into my measuring spoon. I need 1/2 cup of water. So I'm gonna use the same one that I had before, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna fill it up to 1/2 cup. I'm gonna use the liquid side, and then I need 1 egg, which I should have 1 egg left right here. So I'm gonna put that right in here. Okay, I'm gonna mix this all together. Now, these glass mixing bowls are probably one of my favorites as well. They come in a set of 3, and I actually use my pan protectors to keep them nested together so that they don't crack. So for example, here's my protector, and then I would put this one right inside and then put another protector on top of that, and then put the small one on top of that. So the protectors come in a set of 3. I use them for my pots and pans, but I also use them for my glass. So there's our chocolate cake. Looks delicious. That looks like chocolate cake, doesn't it? And it was a yellow cake mix. See, look. No lie. If you haven't watched this, go back to the beginning. I used this and this. So 1 box is 4 or 5 tablespoons, depending on how chocolatey you want your chocolate cake to be. Okay, so I am going to distribute this cake mix right over our custard. So this is one of my scrapers. I love our scraper sets. If you don't have these, I highly recommend that you get them. They're 100% silicone. And I'm going to pour that custard right on top. Here we go. So the custard goes right on top of the cake mix. Look at that. Pretty fancy. There we go. All right, now this is when the magic is gonna happen. Are you ready? Does anyone have a quick cooker or an Instapot? Or some sort of kind of a pressure cooker like this? Might not be a Pampered Chef one, but does anyone have one? Give me a show of hands or throw me some hearts if you do. I'm gonna plug this bad boy in. Okay, so I'm gonna open this up. Okay, you're gonna hear some little buzzes. This is our ceramic pot that you can actually put rice in, vegetables, potatoes. It comes with a little lid that has a venting element on it. And you can put your meats and stuff right in the bottom of the pot if you want to. Use this stand and then put this right on top and cook everything together. And I need to add like a cup of water to the bottom of this because the whole idea of a pressure cooker is the steam is what's going to build the pressure in order for everything to cook. Just carefully pour 1 cup of water into the Instapot, lower this pan in there. So I'm going to lift this up. Now this is where it gets tricky so you don't spill it. I'm going to lower it right inside there. Basically how this is going to work is I like it because of the fact that it has the steaming valves are separated. So I'm not going to be at risk at burning my fingers, which is amazing. It also has these great little handles that are built right in here, so I can actually lift my quick cooker up and store it a lot easier than I could the pressure cooker that I had before. And then I really like the look of this one better. Plus it's a little bit more user-friendly on what you can do with this our quick cooker than you can with the Instapot. So that's why I like it. Plus you get me, you get a lot of other recipes, you get a better warranty, and so it's just a better product all around in my opinion. So now I'm gonna put this lid right on here. You're gonna hear some buzzes. Okay, and then I'm gonna rotate it, okay? And I wanna make sure that on the top that there's a little steaming like little icon. You wanna make sure that those are lined up, okay? So it's ready to go. And I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully you guys can see this. I'm gonna move it over a little bit. Can you see it? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on custom like it said. And it says to do custom setting, adjust the time for 15 minutes and then hit start. So I'm gonna go custom and hit time and go down to this bottom arrow right here and I'm gonna make it go down to 15 minutes. Okay, and then I am going to hit start. So what's gonna happen now is this bad boy is gonna build up to pressure. And so there's a little red indication button right here and it's kind of nestled inside the lid. It's going to stay that way until this pressure cooker, quick cooker builds up to its pressure. Once it builds up to its pressure, then that red indication button is going to lift. So it's going to be level with my lid. Once that happens, if you notice right now, it's kind of rotating like it is right now, right? So that's just letting me know that it's building its pressure. And then once it gets to pressure, then we're going to see the 15-minute time and it's going to go down. So it'll go down until it's ready. Hey guys, I am back and my quick cooker just went off. And I wish I would have been on here just 2 seconds sooner because it beeps 3 times to let you know that it's done. But just an FYI, if you're far away from it, you won't hear it because it's not a very loud beep, beep, beep. So you want to make sure you're in close proximity. If you're not a big deal because if you can see this down here, it'll say warming at the top. It'll actually stay on, but just be on the warming setting and it won't hurt anything, okay? So right now, if you notice, you can see my little red light indicator, which shows it's at full pressure, is up, okay? So I won't be able to open this until I release the pressure, okay? So I'm gonna show you what happens when you release the pressure. Now, here's a little tip. You wanna make sure that you don't have it sitting on your countertop so that the steam release valve is facing your cabinets. Not that it's gonna hurt anything, but you don't want it to splatter steam on your cabinet doors. If you're doing like a soup or something that has a dark color to it, it could kick out some of the color from that. So you wanna make sure you have it on open space. I usually have mine sitting right here by my sink, and then it's pushing or facing the vent here, right here is facing my sink, so it goes right off my sink. But for purposes of this, it's just water in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and release it, but I don't wanna be standing right here because the minute I push the button, the steam is gonna come out, okay? So you wanna make sure you're off to the side. What I do love about our pressure cooker, our quick cooker that's different than the ones that are on the market, are that the button to release is far away from the steam valve. With the Instapot, it's all one valve, and so you just kind of flick it, and you run more of a risk of burning yourself. This is super hot, so you wanna make sure that you're away from it so that you stay safe, okay? So I'm gonna move to the other side of my quick cooker. I'm gonna release the pressure so you hear what it does and you see what happens, and then I'll take our cake out, okay? So here we go. I'm gonna push the button right here. And I can just let the button go and it'll release that pressure. So right now it's kind of sprinkling some steam right here, and it's going onto my floor. So I'll know what's happening, okay? You'll know when it's done when that little red indication light right there falls down, and then we can open it. Turn the lid, lift it right. Oh, you guys, wow. Okay, so to get this out, I can either use my smaller grippers, which are these, or I can use my microwave grippers, which I think I'll probably end up using these. And I'm just gonna take this right there and I'm gonna bring it over here. Does that not look absolutely amazing? Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yum, yum, yum. So now what I'm gonna do is let this sit here. It says to let it sit for, I think it was an hour. But this is our cake release. So I'm gonna check it, make sure it's done. And that came out clean. So it is ready. I am so excited. So I would use this end next after an hour. And if there are anything that's tucked along the sides of this, I will use that to release it. And then I will invert it onto a cake pan. And this will be dessert. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.